Local tax initiatives are coming up on the ballot, and joining us to talk about what you need to know is the chairman of Reform California, Carl DeMaio. Carl, good morning.
Good morning, Jason.
Good to see you as always.
Yeah.
We talk about this frequently.
Yeah, there's always a tax increase or two, or three or four on the ballot.
Your correspondence, and there are 35 of these?
Yeah, I mean, look, we face an historically high inflationary environment. Cost of living is crushing working families. These families in San Diego, and we're talking about everyone, and we're not just talking about low income, we're talking about everyone is feeling the pinch. They can barely keep their nose above water, costs are going up, and what do the local politicians do? They put 35 separate tax increases on the ballot. Many residents are facing at least 2 tax increases in their area, if not 3 to 4 tax increases in their area. And my team calculated what would be the typical increased cost of living if their taxes, if all the tax increases were increased in each person's area. It's between a low of $200 to maybe $300 to $400, $350 per household per year. That's money that people simply do not have. And so my message to the local politicians: read the room, take a beat, realize that people don't have the money to give you more. You need to tighten your belt, do more with less. Working families are struggling. You cannot expect them to pay more. And let me remind everyone, we have the highest tax burden in California. We have the highest income taxes, despite Prop 13, because of our assessed value on homes. We have some of the highest property taxes in the nation. And yes, Californians pay the highest sales tax in the nation. It's approaching 9% in most cities here in San Diego County. And if these tax increases go into effect, it'll be 9 to 10% on every purchase that you're making.
Whenever this topic comes up, we talk about the wording.
Yes.
The wording on the ballot, because sometimes they're going to massage the language.
Oh, they don't just massage the language. They rip it apart, butcher it, and it comes back as a Frankenstein ballot title. The politicians are hiding most of these tax increases. So what we do at Reform California is we've always offered what I call the plain English voter guide. We translate what do the measures actually contain, and we highlight the ones that are tax increases. So we have the plain English voter guide that people can sign up for. We haven't published it yet because we're still literally going through crunching various endorsement guides, but they can sign up at reformcalifornia.org. At the bottom, they will receive the voter guide via email, via text on October 1st. And that way it'll arrive before their ballot arrives. Ballots are expected to mail on October 3rd, and so therefore our voter guide, the plain English voter guide, will be into people's email boxes and their text box for them to use conveniently well in advance. But you have to sign up at reformcalifornia.org. We also have a list of the 35 local tax increases on the ballot, and you can figure out how many tax hikes are in your particular region of San Diego County. That's at stopthesalestax.org, stopthesalestax.org. All San Diegans need to understand that there is a countywide sales tax this year, Measure G. It's put up by SANDAG, that's the regional transportation agency. They say that if you give them a tax increase, they'll fix your roads.
Where have you heard that before?
Have we seen this movie before? We know how it ends. You pay more and you get to sit in congestion and have a bunch of potholes. And so Measure G is our overall campaign focus to defeat that countywide. But what we're doing in that campaign as we go after Measure G and urge a no vote on the countywide tax is that we're also telling people, also vote on your local tax increase. So there are, there's the countywide sales tax, there's 11 other city sales taxes, and then there are 23 property taxes on the ballot, hidden in most cases on your ballot. And that's why our plain English voter guide at reformcalifornia.org gives people the highlight of this is where the tax increases are, and we urge a no vote on those items.
Okay. Carl DeMaio, Reform California.
Thank you so much,
Carl.
Jason.
Appreciate it. I'm sure we'll see you again more than once
Busy
before the election.
season.
Yes, it is. Thanks, Carl. All right, Carl DeMaio is running for the 75th Assembly District.